Good day. It's a beautiful day. I thank God for life. And I thank God for every single thing. God is our creator. He created us in his own likeness. He created us in his own image. We are God. That is why we exist. That is why we are supposed to love one another. For God, loving your brother and sisters means you are loving God. Welcome to the Case and Consulting platform. Here, we talk about ourselves. We edify ourselves on marriage, relationships, addictions, and so many other. We bring discussions that might help us. My name is Jude Emmanuel Kebumatita. It's an amazing evening. I have had a lot of discussions with many of my friends, many of my clients, so many that have cancelled. A lot of single ladies are always asking themselves this question: how will I know that this is a man for me? You see, there is no clear-cut roadmap to this, but there are little things that you yourself can identify and to see if a man is serious to be with you in a relationship or not. This video will go a long way to add more to the important information that you already have. Remember, it is not there to confuse you, but the information that I will give will be there to bring clarity, most often the things that you know, but you don't really feel they're important. Because in life, little things matters. I'll go through those little things that we ignore. There are certain things which are red flags to know that if somebody or if a man behaves this way, a woman behaves this way, it means that woman is actually not ripe for a relationship, not ripe or serious to take that relationship to the next level, which is marriage. Many of us have courtships. Many who are Christians, sometimes they believe that courtship is not necessary. You only need to have a man. And when that man says that I want to marry you, and he proposes, and you move on. Many of us will have different school of thoughts. Yes, we are diverse in the way we think, which is okay, because God made us that way. He gave each and every one of us his own idea. But at the end of the day, when you meet the person for you, you reason together. That is why he says in his word that come and let's reason together. Because he knows there are bound to be confusion. He knows there are bound to be misunderstandings. So he used that particular phrase for us to understand that it is time. There comes a time in your life where you need to reason together with somebody. Now, how do you know? The big question. How do you know that this man is the man for you? How do you know? Men at times don't tell their women. They don't tell them that I want to get married to you. But sometimes their action. Sometimes we anticipate things. We procrastinate things. We put ideas into our heads. We believe that this thing has to be the way we see it. But it might be that person is not thinking in that direction. But all matters, all boils down to what you think, what you perceive, how you see things, and how you decide to put one and two together. And that is what comes most often to disturb us. To disturb us. Because at times, we try to imagine things which are not in existence. We want to bring it into existence because of the way we think, the way we see things, and the way we reason. Now, I will start with the first point. If a man wants you, a woman, that man will make sure that he gets you involved in his activities. Every activity that he has, he makes you involved in it. You might have a boyfriend, or you are in courtship, and that guy, everything he wants to do, he calls you and tries to talk with you. He makes sure that you are involved. He wants to go somewhere, he makes sure that you go with him. He tries to involve you in the most important things that he does in his life. Most important situations in his life, he comes to you and tells you. He gets you involved in it. That is a sign to show that that man is a serious man, because he's taking you serious. Let me tell you something. How do you create value? You cannot stay with somebody that doesn't value you. And how do you know that somebody values you? It's when that person involves you in his activities. When he involves you in his activities, you know that there's a value that he has placed in you. And when he values you, their respect will come because of that value. It means he has seen something in you that he's interested in. Now, I want you to also be very careful. The second point is this. You have to be vigilant and pay attention to what he says, especially around you, and the way he says it. You know, most times we talk. The Bible tells us that every information that comes out of your mouth is what you've been thinking about. The truth is, I can pass out that information in the form of a joke, but it doesn't mean that's not what I've been thinking. Before saying those things, I've digested it. Sometimes, be very careful and vigilant with the words he uses. Does he constantly abuse you with words? Because there's verbal abuse. How does he react towards you when he's with friends? When you bring up an idea, what is his reaction towards that idea? You have to be vigilant. Very vigilant. If he respects you, there are things he will not say. You can go out. Maybe he's discussing with friends. Maybe you're in a group talking together. Be attentive to the way he places you in that discussion. When you raise up a point in that discussion, what is his reaction? Does he support you? Does he want to make sure that to raise his woman, know that his woman is something else? Or he's there to say that now just sit quiet. You don't even know what you're saying. Some men do that. Now, be very attentive. Vigilant. Watch those things. Watch his reaction to others. Even there are times that people say something negative. When he's present to you, what's his reaction? You need to see those things. The more positive he reacts, the more he protects you, it means he values you. And when somebody starts to value somebody, it means that person is interested in your life. He's interested in something. That is why he places a value in you. Pay attention very seriously to how he acts around you. Does he share his thoughts with you? Is he happy around you? Are you his priority? Are you his priority? In everything that he does, are you his priority? Is he natural with you? Does he feel free to talk every single thing that he wants to say? Even to talk nasty, to talk dirty. Is he confident enough, comfortable enough to talk to you like that? What is his reaction? Does he easily get angered because you bring out your point? Does he have time to listen to you? How often does he call you? Now, this goes to time. Time. Most often we say, I'm busy. I don't have time. Your boyfriend will come and tell you that I'm busy. I could not call you because I'm busy. Your girl will say, I was busy. I could not call you. Let me tell you something. When a man is interested in you and wants something deeper with you, that man will create time because you are his priority. If you are his priority, he will create time. Even in his busy schedule, he will send you a text. He will send you a text and say, I'll call you. I'm in a meeting. I'm in the middle of something. Oh, darling, please. I'll make sure I call you. He will not go a day will not pass without him calling you. No, he will not pass by. He will call you. No matter the situation, he will give you explanations before you even ask him. If he was supposed to meet you and your program line might be 2, and something happened, he did not even call you, or appeared at 5, he will not wait for you to ask. Immediately he sees you, he will start to apologize. Darling, please, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be at this time. It is this. He will apologize. He will convince you. He will not wait for you to ask. Most often, I've counseled couples. A girl came to me. I want to get married to him, but I don't know. When I spoke to her, and she said, even if he's late, even if he failed an agreement or something, or a promise, I'm the one to ask him. He never talked back to me. I'm the one to do every talking. Look, if that is the case, you are not a priority to him. Forget the things that he will say. Forget the arguments that he will give. He will tell you history when he sees you. But that is not action. Love is action, it's not words. Words are words. Everybody can say those words, especially if the person knows and understands you. A woman is moved by words, and most men, they do understand that. So what do? They come and they use that same words to cajole you, to tell you things, and you will listen. Look, a man needs to prioritize you. You are priority in his life. You are not an option. If a boy or a man makes you an option in his life, please know you are not important. The man don't need to tell you that, look, I don't want to get married to you. From his action, if you see these things, know that that guy don't want to keep you as a wife. Look, another thing is appreciation. A man that wants you will appreciate you. A man that respects you will appreciate you. A man that takes you as priority will appreciate you. He will appreciate the little things that you do for him. He will appreciate you in ways that you will never even understand. The man will be confident enough and bold enough to tell you that he's sorry whenever he makes a mistake. Because he needs you. Because he loves you. Because he respects you. We need to understand something. Marriage is more than love. Love is emotional. And when you are emotionally driven, those emotions can go on and off. That is why we fall in love and we fall out of love. But if somebody is your priority, if somebody respects you, that person is a friend. If somebody is open to talk to you at any moment, at any given point in time, that person is a friend. That person will appreciate you. You will dress the things that you wear. He will appreciate you. He wants you to look good. The person, look, the guy that wants to be with you and sees a future with you will want to know about your future. He will want to know about your family. You will not be the one to tell him about your family. He will be the one to ask you about your parents. He will be the one to ask you about your sisters, about your siblings, about your brothers. He will be the one to be closer to your own friends. He will want to know your friends. He wants to be around your friends. Because he loves you. He has seen something in you and he wants to take you serious. Look, there is nothing like privacy in relationship. When a guy comes to you and said, no, let's keep this thing quiet. Let me tell you something. That man, if he says he wants to keep something quiet, it means he's talking with another lady. You are not yet his priority. That's why he wants to keep you quiet. It doesn't mean he must go to Facebook and paste your name or go to social media and put your picture there. No, that's not what I mean. How many times would he come and take you to take you out to public occasions? Make you a priority, that you are by his side. And he flaunts you, tell his friends, wow, this is my girl, this is my girl. Has he introduced you to his friends? Those that matters to him. Has he introduced you to his mentors? Those that matters to him. Pastors, mentors, most of them, those, the people that matters to him. Has he introduced you to them? No. But that man has not introduced you to anybody. The man is with you and you are thinking that man will get married to you. It's a red flag, my sister. Most of these things, we see them, but we refuse to see. We refuse to see because we are emotionally carried. We forget to understand that that thing is just emotions. It's like you put a switch on and off. One day you go off. And when it goes off, you have wasted your time. Time is everything. You wasted your time. You wasted your efforts. Please. Before saying these things, I just wanted each and every one of us to understand. Because I've had a lot of people asking me these things. A man that loves you, a man that makes you a priority in his life, that same man will not abuse you. Whether it's verbal abuse or physical abuse, that man will not. He will not. We should forget this thing that somebody will come today and abuse you, physically abuse you. The next minute the person comes and will tell you every single thing. I'm very sorry. I don't know. It's the devil that did this. Look, let me tell you something. It's a red flag. Don't go there. What devil? Why is it that everything we do, we take the devil and put inside? Sometimes there are crimes that the devil himself will be surprised. I'm not even the one. You are saying that I'm the one. Let's examine ourselves. It's not everything that's the devil. This person will come and beat you mercilessly. You are still there and protecting that man. When that man gets married to you, he will kill you. Do you think that those that you've heard that killed their loved ones, do you think they did not love them? They were emotionally involved with them, seriously. They loved them emotionally. But yet, they killed them and said it's an accident. When you love somebody, you protect that person. You will not want a fly to hurt that person. If somebody is your priority and you see that person, you see a future with that person, you want to protect your future. You want to protect your investment. Automatically, that person becomes your investment. Because it's something that you know will give you something tomorrow, give you happiness, will give you joy tomorrow. What you do, you need to keep it. You love somebody, you want to see that person physically good, handsome, beautiful. And that same man will come and hit you, deform your face. The next minute, the man is telling you, I'm sorry. And you say, yes, he's my boyfriend. Because he promised that he wants to get married to me. Marriage. Marriage. You see, most often men just promise women, I'll get married to you. Women are so happy that he wants to get married to me. But I ask these things, and I've been asking this even in some of my videos. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. The man will make you, a woman, feel that you are doing him a favor by getting married to him. Favor. Don't you think you are doing the man a favor too? Why is it that out of the so many women he decided to choose you to get married to? Why do you choose him? There are so many other men, but you choose him. Why? Because there is something that you've seen in him. But most often we look at the emotional side of things. We are not futuristic. We don't look at the future. We look at the now. That is why we end up tomorrow, we want to separate. Why? Because we don't look at the future. Please, let's look at ourselves. These are red flags. Serious red flags. A man that needs you will treat you as a priority. A man that needs you will get you involved in his activities and in his life. A man that needs you will appreciate you. A man that needs you will be proud of you in front of those ones that he classifies special to him. The man will flaunt you in public, everywhere. Who will say good things about you. The man will create time for you. He will call you. The man will tell you, I'm sorry. When he makes a mistake, he will not wait for you to ask. The man will do all these things. That is a man that knows he's serious. When the man acts that way or is acting that way, it means that man has seen something in you. Please. Today I'm just here for this. Because a lot of ladies have been asking this. But these are things that we see. These are things that God shows us in our relationships, in courtship. But I'm very sorry. Because we see it, but we refuse to see. A true relationship, but the foundation of every relationship, matters. How you started matters. The reason why you got married, why you want to get married is important. Examine yourself. Why do you want to get married to this man? A man will come and propose to you, the next moment you are shouting. Yeah, he proposed. Have you asked yourself, but he has proposed? But let me ask myself this. Why do I want to get married to him? Why? What is the reason? You see, sometimes our parents will refuse that we should not get married to certain people. And they will ask you, okay, you love him. Why do you want to get married to him? You say, I love him. Our parents know and they have been through it and they understand that marriage, love is not enough when it comes to marriage. So when you tell them that I love him, and you feel you've told them everything that why you want to get married, I love him. You do not give your parents the reason for them to know that you are confident in what you want to do, that you know what you want to do. When you say love, they know love is just emotional. And that emotion, it can fall off at any time. You You find them telling you that, no, I don't want this. You think they hate you, they don't. Give them tangible reasons. Your parents want reasons. Give them reasons. Look, I want to get married to this man because this man has been active positive in my life. Where I am today, he contributed because he has a positive influence in my life. He makes sure I go to school. He stand and see my success. He always find a way to correct me even when I go wrong and to advise me. That it, look, you see that examination that I passed, it is him. I cannot tell you the amount of time that he had to call me. He had to go through things. We had to revise with me. When I have issues, he is there to talk to me. That is why I want to get married to him. He has made me a better person. Now, which parent will not see, you will tell your father that this person has made me a better person, and that your father has seen changes in your life. Your father has discovered that you've changed, because parents, they know us. He's discovered that, the moment you start going out with this guy, a lot has changed in your life. You think that father will tell you not to get married to that man, to that guy? No. But what do? We only go to them and say, I love him. They know love is not enough, so they will not accept. So sometimes they refuse because we don't give them reasons to. We don't give them enough reason. We don't tell them what they want to hear. Each time you spend a chunk of your time asking for an apology from a man. Each time, but that man has never apologized in anything that he has done to you. But you are the one every minute, every day, every time you're saying, please, I'm sorry. Every day. Sorry is now your priority in the relationship. And that is the relationship, that is the one that you want. When it comes to say, I want to get married to you, you are shouting, you want to get married to me. But all the time, you are the one saying, I'm sorry. Today, I'm for women. Tomorrow, I'll be for men. But today, I'm for women. Because a lot of women have asked me these questions. And I've been talking about marriage a lot. It's time for me to talk to my junior ones who are looking up to us, who wants to get married, but they are confused. They don't know how to make a choice. They cannot dictate if somebody is right for them or that person is serious. I made a statement in one of my videos. And people always ask me this. Can a man who is dating another lady comes and asks if he can date me? People, look, a lot of people are asking me this question. I'll give you an answer. They will shock you. Yes. The answer is yes. He's not married to the girl. He's dating a girl. And he has come to you that he wants to date you. And he tells you that, yes, he's dating this girl, but he wants to date with you. He wants to have a date with you. My answer is yes, you can have a date with him. You ask me why. The reason is simple. He's not married to that girl. So he's still free to make a choice. He's looking for a choice. And if it comes to you, it means there's something in that other lady that he's not comfortable with. Is that your fault? No. But look, there's a catch in what I'm saying. To date is not to sleep. Because I say yeah, doesn't mean you have to go and be sleeping with him. You can date somebody without sleeping with that person. I said date. Yes, you can have a date with him. It's not a crime. Have a date with him, but don't sleep with him. Because when I was talking, I'm sure you were saying, so they should just be sleeping around. No, don't. Don't sleep with him. But you are free to chat with him. You are free to talk with him. He's free to exploit your ideas. You are free to exploit his ideas. You both after some time discover that you have a lot in common. And the guy might take a decision, it's you I want because you have a lot in common. I've seen something different in you. What I was looking for in that relationship I did not see, but I found it in you. When somebody has not gotten married to you, stop claiming ownership of that man or that woman. Stop it. It's not yours. That man is still free. The man has not made up his mind. Ask yourself, but why has he been with me for 5 years? He has not made up his mind. Look, there is something that I always say. Men will tell you that you are not a wife material. Have you asked yourself why men will say that, let's just say she's not a wife material? Would I get, no, I cannot get married to her. She's not a wife material. Wife material. Have you asked yourself why? Sometimes a man will say you are not a wife material because a man discovers that you don't have value. You've not added any value in yourself. From the day he met you, who have been dating for 5 years, you are the same. Nothing. You finish university, you are just there. Look for a job, no. You are depending on a man. The man wants to see how you can fight, how you can look about your future. When the man wants to talk about your future, you are not interested. Or you are interested in, I need to go to this party. I want this dress. I want this, that. That man don't see anything in you. He don't see a future. A man needs a woman that he knows his future is secured. You are just there. And you expect that man to get married to you. No. That man will say you are not a wife material. Most women are always offended when they say you are not a wife material. Examine yourself, please. When somebody tells you are not a wife material, examine yourself. Look at yourself critically. I always say this. Develop yourself. Develop yourself. Even if you have 4 children, 5 children, a man can still come to you because of the way you've developed yourself. Educate yourself. Try to find something doing. It doesn't matter. Even if it's water I want to sell the water. That man will stand and say, wow, if this lady can sell water, it means she knows what she wants. It means tomorrow if I open a business, she can handle it. Now that is a wife material because the man has seen something. But the man will stay out, bring you shoes, bring you clothes, bring you everything and pack there. You cannot sell even one. One, you cannot. If the man wants to sell, the man will be the person to come and take those same things and sell, and yet you want money. Yet you have needs. That man has to take things. But there are means. He has means that you can sell. He has a shop. He's looking for salespeople. He's looking for people that want to sell. People come and take things and go and move around and hustle and sell and bring them money. And they get some commission out of it. You are there because that's your boyfriend. No, you don't think that, honey, please. This thing, people are getting commission out of this. I need commission to give my own goods. Let me go and sell. I need commission. No, you are not there. You are not doing that. You stay in one direction. And you feel that man will come and say that you are a wife material. No, you are not a wife material. Man will not get married to you. Why? The man doesn't see a future in you. He doesn't. Even if it is school, yes, you've graduated. You are at home doing nothing. The moment you are hustling, no, I want to go back to school. I want to do this course. Why do you want to do that course? I give an explanation. You see, that one is management. I need to manage something tomorrow. Let me go and do this master's. You know, that man knows you have a future. There's something that you are looking for. You are looking forward to. And that man will be confident enough to take you anywhere. He'll be confident enough to do what he wants to do because he knows you are not wasting the thing that he's giving you. Now look at you. The man has been giving you millions. The man has been giving you money. There's no single day that you buy just a cup of water and give to him. He shower you with gifts, but you cannot buy him even a shirt, toilet of a shoe, a pair of shoes. You can't buy it for him. You can't. The only thing you can give to him is boxers and socks. And the man knows that thing is 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 in Cameroon CFA. Let me say 10 euros, 20 euros, $20, $30. That's all you can give for him. But he goes and buys you a phone for $500, $1,000. But what you can give to him is that. Now the man comes to ask himself this. So, is this how this thing works? If she happens to work or we are together, how will her finances be? She will be so tight, it means I cannot do anything. There's nothing. She cannot give. If my family comes with this attitude, she will not give. Now, the man start thinking based on your action. Based on your action. So sometimes, because you are the way you are, because you are doing the things that I just said, a man will not put you as priority. That's why he said that you are not a wife material. Not a man will not introduce you to his friends or to important people in his life. A man will not respect you. A man will abuse you because he knows you have nothing to offer. You see, all these things come back to you. You are the architect of your future. Please, ladies, you need to stand up. You need to stand up. You need to stand up. I hope I've not come to confuse you. I've come to add more light on the things that you already know. As I said, most of these things we know, but we take them for granted. Little things matters. Feel free to contact me, as most of you have been doing. I'm there. As I said, from this period till the end of December, my sessions are free. After that, it will be something else. Don't forget to subscribe, those who've not subscribed. Don't forget to share to your loved ones, especially those who want to get married. Share this video. It's important. Many women are looking forward for these answers. There are questions that they've been asking. They need answers. This video will help them. Don't forget that the case training and consulting and training is there for you at any time. Just contact us. May God guide us. May God bless us. May God bless you. May God bless me. May God guide us in our choices. May God open our hearts to listen to our inner selves. For God lives in us. Most times when we do something which is wrong, our conscience tells us that it's wrong. Our conscience keeps on disturbing us. When your conscience disturbs you on a particular thing, know that God is speaking to you. God is telling you that that direction is not the right direction. Listen to the God in you. God lives in you because you are God. Remember, you have to love and appreciate one another. For when you love to appreciate and you appreciate people around you, they too will appreciate you. This video is for you. This video was not made for me for nothing. God gave me the wisdom to make this video for us to edify ourselves. It is time for us to stand by ourselves, to stand by one another, and always don't forget, put God your priority. For when you make God your priority, God will make you his priority. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.